Hi, welcome back to the Blind LP of Eagle Eye Mysteries in London. We are now about to embark on the last case of this series. And I'm excited. And you know what? It's kinda interesting that we started off with Jennifer and we are ending off with Jennifer. I have no idea how that happened, but here we are. So, without further ado, let's begin the final case of Macavity's Mace. We're gonna see Macavity once more, maybe one last time. Jennifer, is Takaze there? Oh, I am. You and she simply must come down to Parliament immediately. Yep, Inspector, what's up? Okay, I still have a bit of mouth ulcer here. It still hurts a tiny bit, but not as bad as before. What's up? Macavity, the scoundrel's really tawny this time. The House of Commons is completely shut down. The government is in an uproar. I can't wait to see the ending to Macavity. The end of Macavity. Say no more, we'll be right there. Alright, let's go. Macavity, you are going down once and for all. Let's appreciate all this music one last time. So what's going on here? Where are all the ministers? They are out motoring in the halls. This session of Parliament is over. Macavity has stolen the mace of the House of Commons. What? The way you're yelling, Inspector, I guess that must be a big deal. I guess. Yes, it's a big deal. The mace is the symbol of royal authority given to the house. It gives them the power to make laws. Without the Without the mace, the house cannot legally meet. Okay, hang on. Symbol of royal authority, okay. Okay. No bills can be debated or passed. Parliament comes to a complete halt. Seriously? We simply must recover that mace at once. We have every officer on the job, and Lord Pomeroy specifically asked for you. You've solved several of Macavity's pranks. You probably know more about the scoundrel than anyone. I wonder if it's gonna end up with, like, us knowing who the scoundrel is? Well, we'll do our best. Maybe you'd better tell us the whole story from the beginning. Okay. When the House of Commons began its session, the mace was placed on the table as usual. Suddenly a chimpanzee dashed into the room, grabbed the mace, and in a flash was out the door. He seems to like monkeys. How on earth did a chimpanzee get into the House of Commons, Inspector? We have no idea. Anyway, the guards pursued it through the halls, out a side door, out to the street. The chimpanzee jumped into a car waiting at the curb with both doors open, but then it flew out the other side, leapt into a tree, scrambled its way to the very top, and sat there waving the mace at everyone. It was a spectacle. It took us about an hour to climb the tree and get the ape down, and when we did, we discovered that the mace it held was a fake. Wow. That means they swapped it in the car. A fake? How did that happen? When the chimpanzee jumped into the car, it must have given the mace to someone sitting there, and they gave it a fake mace. By the time we realized what had happened, the car was long gone. Inside the fake mace was a note from Macavity. It's over there on the table. We sent the chimpanzee to the London Zoo for safekeeping, and that's it. No leads, no clues. Just another Fion. Alright, that was a bit embarrassing. I have no idea why I pronounced it as Fion. So anyway, just another fiendishly clever scheme by Macavity. Okay, let's go, Lord Pomeroy. The House of Commons met today to discuss an important new law, one that gives new protections to wild plants and animals in Britain. Not everyone thinks it would be a good law and it may not pass. Why? For one thing, it will cost several million pounds to study our wildlife, to learn how to protect habitats, and many ministers want to spend the money in some other way. We have 2 houses of Parliament. You know, The House of Lords and the House of Commons. You Americans copied that idea when you set up your own government. You call them the Senate and the House of Representatives, I believe. I've never understood all of this. Here in the House of Commons, we have a tradition. It's a law, actually. To discuss or vote on laws, we absolutely must have the Mace of the House of Commons present. What exactly is a mace, Lord Pomeroy, and what does it look like? A mace is like a big club. Long ago, the king's men used a mace to clear a path through a crowd, so the mace became a symbol of royalty. There's a description of the mace of the House of Commons over on the table. Macavity says that if Parliament promises to pass the animal protection law, he'll return the mace, but of course Parliament would never promise to do any such thing. Parliament was created to stop one person, the king or queen, from deciding what everyone else will do. Okay. In a democracy, we must be free to talk things over, even to argue about them. Personally, I'm afraid that this prank will backfire. You still call this a prank? It's a crime to steal. The ministers may be so angry at Macavity that they vote against the bill just to teach him a lesson. And that will be bad news for the environment of Britain. Ego. Like Macavity's other notes, this one spells out a message with letters cut out of newspapers and magazines. The note reads, "Protect the creatures great and small, protect our animals one and all. Your maze is fled, the royal sign lost, until you sponsor nature's cost." In a minute, I'll take this note back to Scotland Yard for analysis. We'll let you know if we find anything. You never do. Yes, it's important that we keep in touch with you at all times, Takase and Jennifer. We've put 5 squads of detectives at your disposal, plus helicopters, airplanes, and even a blimp. Whoa. Not sure whether you're being sarcastic. One moment, sir. I'm not sure that's wise. So far, these detectives have done just fine using their wits and instincts. I feel helicopters and whatnot shan't improve things. Takase and Jennifer, what do you think? Yeah. I agree with Inspector Gage. All that stuff will probably just scare Macavity away. We mean no disrespect, but we'll try to solve this our own way if you don't mind, Lord Pomeroy. Imperial, we shall respect your wishes. Now, I was wondering, as you begin this immensely important task for the English people, what will your first step be? I don't know. This is a big case, Lord Pomeroy. I think it's time to call an emergency meeting of the whole Eagle Eye Detective Agency. Oh. Come on, Sakazi, let's go find Jake. Oh. Wait. Okay, Mace of the House of Commons states it looks like that. From 1660, it is almost 5 feet long, has a crown on one end, small knob on the other. Its silver surface is covered with decorations. The mace symbolizes the power of the Queen handed down to the House of Commons. With the mace present, everyone knows that the House is acting on her behalf for the good of the British people. Okay. Come on, Jake. Yo, Jake, it's Macavity. He used a chimpanzee to steal a royal mace and shut down Parliament. We need to review everything we've learned about Macavity. Are you serious? Way ahead of you, Jennifer. I already have all our case files out. Are you serious? They're here on the floor. Are you serious? There's Macavity's name. It's from the book of poems about cats by T.S. Eliot. In that book, Macavity is a cat who's a monster criminal. Yeah, the poem goes, whenever they reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. Okay. Just like the case of the trespassing toys when Macavity tricked someone into building a little robot tiger. That's right. When that little tiger escaped, Macavity was not there. He or she was safely far away guiding the tiger by remote control. Macavity still has that tiger robot, by the way. And in the case of the Raja's ruby, Macavity bribed some guts to steal a ruby. By the time we found it, Macavity was long gone. Macavity is not there. That exactly describes this case too. Macavity didn't actually steal the mace. The chimpanzee did it. Macavity just sat in the car. Okay? Where are we going with this? How about the case of the hieroglyphic hint? Remember that one? I'm trying to. Yeah, Macavity wanted to publicize the predicament of some trained monkeys and find them a good home. But it wasn't just monkeys that Macavity took, right, Stakaze? There was also a chimpanzee. That's right, good thinking. There was a chimpanzee, and although we found the monkeys, we never did find the chimp. Right, that always bugged me, that we never got Yum Yum back. Do you remember what was so special about Yum Yum, Stakaze? She could talk. Is that so? I don't remember anything. She knew sign language and could talk with her hands. Holy Toledo! Whoa! Jennifer, the chimpanzee who took the mace is almost certainly Yum Yum. If we knew sign language and she could talk to us and tell us who Macavity is, you two better get over to the zoo right away, okay? You're right. As soon as we finish here, we'll go. And when we do, Jake, call Inspector Gage. Tell him we're going to the zoo and we need someone who knows sign language to meet us there, okay? Gotcha. I'll tell him to send the best person in London. In a while. Of course the culprit isn't someone named Macavity. That's just the name he uses. Or she uses. Macavity could be a man or a woman. We don't know which. What we do know is that Macavity is really protective of animals. Every time he or she commits some crime, it's all about animals. And the crimes are never things that injure or hurt people. They are always done just to make a point. Also, they're still crimes because you steal things. Yeah, remember the case of the tricky task? Macavity tried to disrupt an auction of ivory objects. We learned a lot about the animals that produce ivory in that adventure and how elephants are being hunted to the age of extinction. But what did we learn about Macavity? Nothing. Yeah. We solved one of Macavity's major riddles in the case of the Tiger's Trail. What did we learn about Macavity during that case? I don't remember. That he or she isn't a very good poet? I beg to differ. No, silly. We learned Macavity knows a lot about London and its history. Yeah, and all its cats. Every place we went had some kind of special cat, like Casper or the Reeds or those creepy cat mummies at the British Museum. Yeah, and on our first case in London, we had to track down that statue of Bastet, the Egyptian cat goddess. After all, Macavity is a cat's name, okay? Still don't know where this is going. Come on, Yum Yum. I need hints. There's a chimpanzee that stole the mace. Scotland Yard never suspected that it was Yum Yum, the chimp who knows how to speak in sign language. Macavity kidnapped Yum Yum weeks ago. Was it only weeks ago? Oh. Yum Yum, I remember reading about her. She was taught American Sign Language by some American researchers. Apes who learn our language usually don't know too many words, about 200 at the most. That's a lot. So far they seem to reach the learning level of a 3-year-old human child, but she'll answer your questions as best as she can. Why do they teach apes American Sign Language, Mr. Potter? Why don't they just teach them English? Because chimpanzees and gorillas can't talk. They don't have well-developed vocal cords like humans do. They can be taught to understand some human languages, but in order to talk back, they have to use sign language, okay? Several apes have become famous for their ability to speak with their hands or by pointing to the symbols on a board or computer screen. Interesting. Among these are the gorilla Coco and the chimpanzees Washoe and Kanzi. When she was upset with someone, Coco would call them a bird because she hated noisy birds. Washoe and Kanzi would ask for their favorite treats or movies by name. Whoa. Other animals who seem to be able to learn language are dolphins, sea lions, even parrots. Interesting. Are you okay? My name is Ellen Costello, and I know American Sign Language. Inspector Gage asked me to be your interpreter today. I'll do the best I can. How did you learn American Sign Language, Miss Costello? Do you know someone who's deaf? Actually, Jennifer, I'm mostly deaf myself. I see. I use American Sign Language to talk to my deaf friends and sometimes to talk to the people in my office. Well, if you're deaf, Miss Costello, how can you understand what I'm saying? She reads your lips. I can hear a little, and by watching your lips and face, I can figure out what you must be saying. That is called lip reading. Actually, you could help me understand you better, Jennifer, if you would keep your hand away from your mouth. Ha! Oh, yeah, sorry. It would be neat if the eagle eyes learned sign language, then we could talk to each other silently and stuff. It would be like writing secret notes, but we could write them in the air with our hands. And, well, if somebody understands it though. That's right. Plus, you could talk to the many people who use sign language to communicate with others. 16 million people in America have hearing problems. Sign language is the fourth most frequently spoken language in the United States. I see. Alright, go ahead. Go ahead and ask Yum Yum a question. I'll watch her hands and tell you what her answer is. Remember, use simple words. You can call the mace the big silver stick. Alright, okay Yum Yum, tell us, who stole the big silver stick? The chimpanzee points to her own chest. Yum Yum says she did. Not a very clever question, was it? Staka says, let's try it this way. Yum Yum, who told you to take the big silver stick? Yum Yum makes a noise like licking a lollipop twice. Yum Yum says, sweet, sweet. Actually, that could mean any type of candy or really anything sweet. I have no idea who sweet could be. Yum Yum, tell us, was sweet a girl or a boy, a man or a woman? The chimpanzee makes a fist and nods it up and down twice. Yum Yum says, yes, yes. That's strange. Yeah. But wait, an urgent phone call is... Are you saying it's two people? It's coming in on my beeper. Inspector Gage wants you to meet him at Scotland Yard at once. He's discovered something important. Is it two people? Aunt Miranda is here. Alright, we're here, Inspector. What did you learn that's so important? Ho! The chaps down in the laboratory examined Macavity's note and turned up a big clue. One of the letters in the note was cut off an official invitation to take a Royal London tour. What Macavity didn't know was that each tour's invitation's slightly different than the others. Okay, that's cool. Near the big letter R in London tour, the tour number is printed very small. When Macavity cut out the R, he or she also cut out the number. Macavity is in tour number 12, and who's there? Or maybe Macavity got an invitation from someone in tour 12 and cut it up. Who are the people in tour number 12, Inspector? I'm looking that up now. Let me see. 6 invitations to tour 12 were sent out. 1 each to Lord and Lady Cheswick, 1 to Lady Edna Saltcoats, 1 to Mr. and Mrs. Peregrine, and to Mr. Grimwood, and 1 to, who was this, Mr. Basil Eagle? I think Lord and Lady Cheswick is suspicious. Don't you go blaming my uncle. Basil out hobnobbing with Macavity, my word. Hobnobbing with Macavity? My dear Miranda, we must wonder if perhaps Basil is Macavity. No. Piffle. Basil is a creative darling and a wonderful husband, but a criminal mastermind? I hardly think so. Besides, he was with me all morning. He couldn't possibly have nicked that mace. We need to interview all these suspects right away. Where are the people in tour 12 now, Inspector? Let me see. Well, by now they've strolled through Westminster Abbey. That means that, oh no, right now Macavity is in the Tower of London and headed for the Crown Jewels of England. You've got to get over there fast. Okay, bye. Are we going to go to all the locations? All of them? I'm not sure my voice can handle a lot of locations. I think it's Lord and Lady Cheswick. Here are some of the people who were invited on the royal tour. Alice Pels is the tour leader, and here's Uncle Bess. Well, hello, Stakaze and Jennifer. Decided to join our tour, did you? I didn't know you received an invitation. Actually, Aunt Bess, we didn't... Aunt Bess, sure. Uncle Bess, we didn't, so we can only stay a few minutes. Can we see the invitation you've got? At the top of Uncle Bessel's paper, the words London Tour, and then the R is a super tiny number 12. So far, the tour has been deadly dull. Lord and Lady Cheswick are with you, of course, and so is dear Lady Edna. But Mr. and Mrs. Peregrine do nothing but hiss sweet nothings at each other, and Mr. Grimwood never says a word. Okay. Well, Jennifer and Sakaze, it is a pleasant day for a stroll, isn't it? I so enjoy a good tour. Have you seen the tower, Ravens? My, they have an easy life, don't they? As if you don't mind having your wings clipped, that is. To my eyes, those ravens are prisoners of the tower, just like Sir Walter Raleigh was. Oh, don't growl so, my sweet. You'll frighten the children. Are you two here for the tour, or are you on a case? We so enjoy reading Miranda's delightful accounts of your escapades. We are kind of busy right now, Lady Cheswick. Maybe we could catch up to you later? Where are you touring next? I wonder what's her first name. Well, here's our invitation. You can see for yourself what's next. But do give it back, please. It's our only one. Lady Cheswick's invitation is on official paper, but the letter R is a tiny number 12. Let me see, I think it says that we were going to Parliament, but the tour guide said that was out. We are off to Buck Palace next instead. Well, Sarah, my sugar plum, did you want to see the crown jewels before we leave the tower? Oh, I think not. I much prefer that little bauble you gave me for my birthday, sweetheart. Okay. Perhaps we spend too much time reciting the names of people who were imprisoned or executed here. The tower has a gruesome history, it's true, but it also represents almost 1,000 years of law and order for the people of London. There, I finished my lecture. Now what was it you wanted? What's this about? What's this tour all about, Dr. Pels, and who do you have along on the tour? Oh, from time to time we offer tours that reacquaint the people of London with the fine history and art that we have available in our city. Today I'm showing the Cheswicks, the Peregrines, Mr. Eagle, Lady Saltcoats, and Mr. Greenwood just a few sights of historical London. We have permission to go behind the scenes to some of the places visitors often aren't allowed to see. Ooh, cool. We began at Westminster Abbey. We were going to tour Parliament next, but now I understand the building is closed for some reason, so we may tour Buckingham Palace instead. Some of the people on my tour have gone ahead to gape at the crown jewels. They do fascinate some people. Okay. The Peregrines, maybe. Starkaze, Jennifer, how surprising to see you. Your uncle said you were at home, and he said your Aunt Miranda was covering that debate in the House of Commons today. You know, the one about the animal protection law. Do you have any idea how the debate is going? Julia and I are firmly in support of that law, you know. Together we wrote scats of letters to our minister. We even put a petition to Parliament in the bag. Petition in the bag? What's that all about? Oh, it's how Parliament started. Long ago, the people would write out petitions to the king or queen, asking for new laws or whatever. Now that Parliament makes laws, we petition them instead. You put petitions in a big green felt bag that hangs behind the speaker's chair in the House of Commons. You have to write it out by hand, and it must be polite. One famous petition had over 3 million signatures on it. Another one was 8 miles long. Whoa. Wow, you should know a lot about the House of Commons, Lady Edna. Well, I should. Julia and I go there quite often. Everyone should know how laws are made, and one should do everything one can do to make sure that good laws get passed. Okay. We need to run, Lady Edna, but I was wondering, could we check the schedule on your invitation? No. Julia has it. Julia, now where has she gone? She was right here a minute ago. She seems to have disappeared again. We'll find her. This way leads to the jewel room, you know. The crown jewels are really heavily guarded, Sakaze. I doubt that even Macavity would dare to try to steal them. They're in a vault buried deep underground beneath an old building within the tower walls. Okay. Here are the other people from Tour 12, and the crown jewels all seem to be safe, thank goodness. So you're absolutely sure no one could steal the crown jewels? I can't imagine any way for robbers to get down into this room and then out again. The door to the vault is immensely thick, and the stone towers that surround us are very high. and the Royal Fusiliers, however you pronounce that, are on guard around the clock. Well, what if some brigands developed a mechanical badger? What? With diamond-hard claws and teeth. What? It could tunnel in, poke some priceless gems into its pouch and tunnel out again. Think about that. We have, sir. The walls are solid steel, too tough and thick, even for diamond teeth. And besides, sir, badgers don't have pouches. I'm aware of that, Sergeant. As the world's most foremost authority on training animals for the military, I know by heart the carrying capabilities of every badger, hedgehog, raccoon, sea lion, monkey, and ape on this planet. Okay. Excuse me, sir, we were wondering what time the tour was supposed to leave. Could we see your invitation? No, don't have my invitation. Memorized it and destroyed it. Right way to deal with any secret document. We'll leave at 1:10 sharp and please be punctual. Okay. Oops, I made a small miscalculation. We leave at 13:13. Well, in a few minutes anyway. And actually, I gave my invitation to Miss Sirena when I met her at the beginning of the tour. Miss Sirena? She's over plus. Where is she? Good heavens, she must still be at Westminster Abbey, our first stop on the tour. Look, Sweeney, it's those young detectives. We've seen their pictures on the telly. Yanks, aren't they? Odd, they don't look as tall as they did on the tube. Not so tan either. I thought all Yanks were tan. The blooming sun shines all the time over there, you know. What brings you to see the crown jewels? Well, we wanted to see them, of course. Who wouldn't? Millions and millions of pounds, lying there just out of reach. To think about holding one of those huge diamonds, well, it makes my heart flutter. Oh, Candy, oh. Oh, Candy, please put the dramatics back into the can, will you? We need to hurry up and get this tour over with so we can get back to business. Now, let's go. What's next on the tour, do you know? Does it say on your invitation? We seem to have lost ours. I have it here somewhere. Buttercup, do come along. How many times must I ask? Oh, I'm not sure now. Oh dear, sorry Jennifer, I must fly. Charming to have met you. Goodbye. Reds, I saw something that looked like an invitation, but I couldn't tell for sure. We'll have to try to get a look at it later. Seriously? Okay. Alright, let's go to Westminster Abbey, I guess. Yep, okay. Alright, come. Let's see. That's Miss Sirena. I think she's holding one of the tour invitations. Well, when they got the chimpanzee down, they discovered the mace he had was a dummy. The real mace had been left in the car, which was long gone, and a note in the mace demanded that Parliament promise to pass the animal protection law. Good heavens, what will Parliament do? No one knows. Many supporters of the law are saying they cannot give in to this outrage. The law may be doomed all because of this foolish prank. How did you know that? Rector Jones? I don't think we told anyone. Oh, but I guess if it's public. That really surprises me. I thought that Parliament would be so desperate to get its mace back they'd promise to do anything. After all, the law might have passed anyway. Are you taking the tour, Miss Sirena? That looks like a tour invitation there in your hand. Yes, Mr. Grimwood gave me his. Guess I've fallen behind, haven't I? Oh well, I don't find Mr. Grimwood to be such pleasant company. He keeps looking at his watch. You can see I cut the invitation down a bit so it would fit in my purse. But you can still read the times and places. On the invitation, Miss Sirena has the letter spelling London tour have all been cut off, but a little number 12 remains near where the R used to be. Okay. But we've talked with all the people on tour 12 stuck as it. Let's go back to the zoo and talk to Yum Yum again. We did, right? I think we did. Inspector Gage is trying to ask Yum Yum questions. Alright, Yum Yum, one more time. Is Lady Saltcoats the name of the person who told you to steal the mace? I mean, big silver stick. Yum Yum quickly makes some gestures with her hands and arms, and Miss Costello starts to laugh. Sorry for laughing, but Yum Yum says I'm sorry, but the man's questions are quite stupid. Goodbye. I don't think she'll talk to you anymore, Inspector. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle, so to speak. I've struck out. Stakase and Jennifer, thank heaven you're here. I asked Yum Yum about the names of all our suspects. She doesn't recognize any of them. I can't get anywhere with her at all. Didn't the lady explain to you that you have to simplify? Relax, Inspector. Stakase and I get along great with Yum Yum, and we have some questions of our own to ask. Okay. In a while. Why are you here? Hi, Julia. What brings you here to the London Zoo? Why weren't you on the London tour? To be honest, I cannot abide Liz Pell's the tour guide. I find her lectures boring in the extreme. I much prefer to spend my free time with animals. I adore animals, especially the big cats and the chimpanzees. Oh. Yum Yum here reminds me quite a bit of Lady Edna's chimpanzee, Cupcake. Lady Edna and I were both quite good at working with chimpanzees, in fact. Oh. I never knew Lady Edna had a chimpanzee. She never mentioned it. No, nor will she ever. You see, Cupcake left the manor grounds one day and got her hand caught in a rabbit trap. When she died, Lady Edna was heartbroken. We never speak of it, but we do what we can on behalf of other animals. Yes, Lady Edna mentioned that you go to the Parliament often. You were both there earlier today, weren't you? Well, we arrived together, but there were quite a few people jammed in the halls, and we got separated. I didn't see her again actually until we met at Westminster Abbey for the tour. What? Now I must go if you don't mind. Julia didn't say so, Stakase, but I think she was pretty fond of Cupcake too. You could pretty much see it in her eyes. We'll have to go talk to our suspects one more time. By now, they should be at Buckingham Palace. Oh, you are making me go everywhere. Alright. Pamphlet is titled Orchard Yes Vote. Has a small number 12. Okay. It's not her. More news, Stakase and Jennifer. We found out how Macavity got the chimpanzee into the building. He or she used a little tiger robot to turn off an alarm on a side entrance. Wow. Security is pretty lax. Aha! Is a robot Macavity tricked Vivian Harris into making. Like all of Macavity's operations, it's abominably clever and done with military precision. You must uncover the villain, or nothing in London will be safe. The chimpanzee rubs both hands on her chest and holds out her hands and flutters her fingers like she's playing the piano. Yum Yum says she's glad to see you, and see how she's fluttering her hands? Those are supposed to be like eyelashes. She thinks you're both cute. Oh, thank you. Thanks, I guess. Okay, Yum Yum, Stakase and I have some questions about the person who told you to steal the big silver stick. What color hair does he or she have? The chimpanzee looks confused for a minute, then flicks her hand out from her forehead, draws a circle around her face, then pats her head. Yum Yum says, I don't know, face hat. Face hat? A mask? I'm afraid I don't know what that means. Yum Yum looks upset. She walks her fingers across her palms, then turns both hands up as if something were on them, then pretends to lick a lollipop. Then she hides her face in her hands, slides them away, draws a circle on her face, and pets her head. Yum Yum's angry that we don't understand walking, carrying sweets. Then she hid her face and repeated it again. I don't know what that means. Then she said face hat. Again. I do. Walking, carrying sweets, I think Yum Yum means Halloween. Hiding her face, she means a mask. Is that so? Face hat means mask. She doesn't know what color hair Macavity has because Macavity always wore a mask. Yes, Yum Yum says you're right. I didn't know what she meant because we don't celebrate Halloween the same way you Americans do. Yum must have learned that sign in America. Thanks, Miss Costello, and thanks, Yum Yum. A must, huh, Sakaze? Darn that Macavity, he or she has foiled us once again. This is going on slightly longer than your usual Eagle Eye episode. Okay, Buckingham Palace. We've caught up with Tour 12 again, but it looks like some people are missing. It was Queen Victoria who established Buckingham Palace as the primary residence of England's royalty upon her succession to the throne in 1837, and that is all I'll say until they open the gates. Well, of all the rude things, Mr. Greenwood just took off. Just as you two came up, he looked at his military-style chronometer and claimed that he had to go feed the animals. Okay. I guess he has quite a menagerie at his house. It's like a zoo, but all of the animals are really well trained. He orders them about like his own private army. I'm looking forward to this tour. The news I got about the fuss at Parliament has me quite worried, and the tour may take my mind off my problems. The Peregrines and I decided to both invest some money in a business that studies wildlife. I thought for sure the animal protection law would pass, and we would make quite a bit of money. I told the Peregrines what happened at the Parliament this morning, and they didn't seem worried in the least. I can't imagine why not, what with all the money they've invested in our new wildlife research business. Okay. Still makes them suspicious. Oh, we've heard all about the uproar at Parliament. But Sweeney Newcombs and I aren't worried, are we? No, dear heart, we are not. I'm sure that after a few days of weeks of total powerlessness, Parliament will see reason and agree to pass the animal protection law, and we will earn ourselves a tidy sum, won't we, Candy, my little buttercup? Hush now. You know it's rude to discuss money in front of other people, even if they are from America. Come, my little panda bear. Speaking of money and power, let's go see how the Queen lives. Yes, dear, and take notes. Speaking of notes, we were wondering if we could look at your invitation once more. Sorry to bother you, but it's really important. They go on and on about this invitation, don't they, dear? They do indeed, my little puppy dog. I'm sorry, children, we no longer have an invitation. Lady Anna asked for one, and I give her ours. Nor do we need one. We are quite well known and need no introduction. Why would Lady Edna need one? Well, I guess because Julia has us. Well, if it isn't my favorite detectives. Well, if it isn't our favorite uncle. Outside of Sherlock Holmes himself, of course. In just a few moments, we'll be starting our tour of Buckingham Palace. It's quite amazing, really, that they let us of commoners into the Queen's own home. Not so amazing, Basil. Although we needed special invitations to take this private tour, they've opened the palace to visitors on a regular basis now to raise money to repair the fire damage at Windsor Castle. Actually, I'm not sure I even want to take this tour, Basil. Perhaps you children would like to go in my place? You could use this invitation to get in. Okay, she has one. Thanks, Lady Edna. We're sorry to bring this up, and it's very important. But it's very important. We need to ask you about Cupcake. I'm sorry, children, but I won't discuss it with anyone, ever. That's that. I'm sorry, Basil. I really must be going. Why? Why? My, I've never seen Lady Edna quite so upset, but you have your reasons, I'm sure. I hope so. We were also wondering, Uncle Basil, what happened to the Cheswicks? They've seen the palace before, so they went home to Cheswick Hall, just outside London near Hampton Court. Well, if you want to upset even more of my friends, you can go about the Cheswicks at home. They never ever have guests over there to their manor. Oh. Oh my. Oh my. Oh yeah, the train then. Uncle Basil said Cheswick Hall is just outside London, near Hampton Court. Okay. Come on, Sakaze, let's see if we can catch up with the Cheswicks in their lair. Their lair, huh? Haven't been here. What's that? What is that? What a spooky place, Takaze. You have to hike up for about a zillion miles. That's not a word, I think. To get here from the front gate. It's like a jungle out there. Okay. The front door was ajar and there's no doorbell, so we had to just come in. What an incredible house. I hope they don't get too upset that we dropped in like this. Quiet, Shiba. I'm sure that's just the movers. Why, no, it isn't. It's Takaze and Jennifer come to visit us at Cheswick Hall. Why, so it is. Welcome. Right. You thought we were the movers. Are you moving somewhere? Oh, no, dear. We love Cheswick Hall. It's so us. We hired some men to move the piano from the music room into the ballroom. That's all. My, I hope Shiba... Wait, hang on. Piano from the music room into the ballroom. What are you... Why? I hope Shiba and Bastet haven't scared them off. You pet panthers, I forgot about them. Oh, okay, so that's what it is, huh? Oh yes, they're inseparable really, just like us, isn't that right, Sarah, my sweet? Of course, Alexander, my precious sweetheart. So did you two come to see us? Let me guess, you two must be conducting another of your investigations. I seem to recall one case where they were saying that they don't know how Lady and Lord Cheswick got rich. Of course, how exciting. Do tell us all about it and we'll help you in any way we can. I'm not sure that's a good idea if you're a suspect. Okay, we think someone in Tour 12 may be wanted by Scotland Yard. In fact, we believe someone in Tour 12 is actually Macavity. That mischievous rogue? It's Mr. Grimwood, I'll wager. The man was always looking at his watch but could never figure out what time it was. Most suspicious. No, darling, it's Lady Edna. No, don't you dare accuse Lady Edna. She's a nice lady. The poor dear looked so aged today. I thought she was just writing about that animal protection law office, but perhaps she was planning her next masterful prank. Or maybe the Peregrines. Good heavens, that couple never had a good word to say about anyone. They'd be the perfect pair to get the goat of Scotland Yard. Not Julie Swing, I hope, although it was peculiar one moment she'd be standing with us and the next vanished. By the way, what did that scoundrel Macavity do this time? Macavity arranged to have the Mace stolen from the House of Commons. Oh my, that is quite a spectacular crime, isn't it? Well, I'm afraid Sarah and I haven't been much help, have we, Sugar Plum? No, I would say not. No help whatsoever. If on the way out you happen to stumble across those piano movers, just send them right in, would you please? Yes, sweetie, give us a kiss. Ogg. Yes, sweetie. Yes, Sugar Plum. Ogg. Oh, don't you pay any attention to Echo. He says such sweet things, but if you come too close, he'll try to bite your finger. Best to stay away. Okay. Two cats swirl affectionately around Lord and Lady Cheswick's feet. Takaze and Jennifer, meet our cats, two of our many cats, actually. Two of the small of our many big cats. One is named Mungo Jerry, and the other is Rumple Teaser. Okay. What? That's all? Didn't know that was important. Oh, we're done. Oh, I was expecting a whole tour of everything in London. Alright, maybe we'll go back to the first place then. Alright, so we shall proceed to solving. Alright, so here's the thing. I think it's the Cheswicks. Alright, when asked if Macavity was a man or a woman, Yum Yum made the sign for yes, yes. Why is this shown here though? Miss Peregrine's first name is Candy. Mr. Peregrine's first name is Sweeney. Sweeney Todd. Never watched the movie. Mr. Grimwood was trying to find out if a mechanical badger could possibly steal. So no, he's not a suspect. Julia B. Swing is not a suspect. Lady Edna, for personal reasons, is not a suspect. So it's the Cheswicks or the Peregrines, but I believe my first guess was the Cheswicks. So, what are we doing? What did I press? What did I do? My bad, I accidentally went out. Alright, so we'll solve. We are going to find hints that directs us to Cheswicks. We're gonna do that. So, firstly, we need to find... When asked about Macavity's name, Yum Yum made the sign for candy or sweet. When asked if Macavity was a man or a woman, Yum Yum made the sign for yes, yes. So that means 2 people. So 1 to Macavity cut up one of the 6 to a 12. I don't know what happened to the Cheswicks invitations. The Cheswicks say they only have 1 invitation. How many? 1 each to Lord and Lady Cheswick. So 1, 2. 1 to Lady Edna. 3. 1 to Mr. 4. 5. I wonder why they give 1 each here. So 6. The Cheswick say they only have 1. They call each other nicknames like Sugar Plum and Sweetheart. Haha, that was fast. Those clues unmask the hidden paw. Now point out who you think pulled off all the Macavity's pranks. I'm sorry.
You got it!
You got it, Stakaza. You cracked London's most sensational crime and unmasked the 2 people who together called themselves Macavity. Yeah. I am not even sure how I remembered that piece of information where somebody said they don't know how they got their hands on their wealth. One way to solve it was to find the missing invitation. In the end, everyone had shown us 1 proper invitation, but if you remember, Inspector Gage said the Cheswicks were each sent 1. They kept 1 and they cut the other up to make the ransom note. Our key witness, Yum Yum, gave us another way to solve the mystery. When we asked if Macavity was a man or a woman, Yum Yum told us yes, that was our first clue that Macavity was a man-woman team. But it could have been Mr. and Mrs. Peregrine. After all, Mrs. Peregrine's first name was Candy. That's very suspicious because Yum Yum said Macavity's name was something sweet. But after hearing the Cheswicks talk to each other, we realized that they called each other sweet nicknames all the time. They said them so often, even their parrot at home repeated them. Those were the sweet names that Yum Yum told us about. Tall cousin Jennifer, all London is proud of you. Unfortunately, Macavity was still 1 step ahead of us. When Scotland Yard got to Cheswick Hall, the Cheswicks had flown the coop. They left behind a huge fortune and the maze of the House of Commons and this videotape. Did they leave behind their animals? We realize now that in our zeal to protect our animal friends, Sarah and I have done the people of England a great wrong. We freely and humbly returned the stolen maze of the House to Commons of Parliament. Commons to Parliament. We also resigned the titles of Lord and Lady Cheswick and put Cheswick Hall up for sale. It should be worth several £million. We asked that the money be used to fund the animal protection law if and when the people of England choose to pass it. We know we should be stronger and face trial. Perhaps we could find forgiveness, but I could never let anyone put my Sarah into a cage, even for just a moment. Nor could I ever stand to see my beloved Alexander behind bars. Therefore we will slip away just as a cat disappears into the night, leaving only a grin behind. So stuck as a gamer and Jennifer Eagle, we tip our masks and say, until we meet again, adio. Alright, goodbye. It's been fun. Mace recovered, Macavity unmasked. Yum Yum, and Jake, who was not there with us. Across England this morning, jaws dropped as people read of the astounding theft of the Commons Mace by a chimpanzee. This afternoon, more jaws hit the floor as the Eagle Eye Detective Agency revealed that the immensely popular Lord and Lady Cheswick together comprised the scoundrel Macavity. The detectives recovered the Commons Mace restored order in Parliament and announced that the Cheswicks, before fleeing the country, had donated millions to help fund the animal protection law. "We are of course indebted beyond measure to the fine young detective," said Lord Pomeroy of the House of Commons. A fax from Hong Kong addressed to Eagle Eyes startled Scotland Yard. It read, "You won the day this time." Oh, Hong Kong, huh? "But we may meet again, north, south, east or west. Catch us if you can. Macavity." Mr. and Mrs. Peregrine still in love after 32 years of marriage. How sweet. Oh, is that the end? Is that completely, finally the end? Oh, I can't get out of here. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. How do I get out of here? I can't. Okay, we're just gonna look at the random different pictures. Fruit drops, yeah, Mr. Stall. Yes, well, the music show, Jollies, yes. Alright, okay. Maybe I can press escape. I can. Okay. I guess that's it then. We've ended Eagle Eye Mysteries in London. That is the end. And I should be coming up with a new game to play soon. I've had a few suggestions. Alright, there was one where they recommended the Unwritten Tales, which looked pretty interesting. I'll wait for that to go on sale before I consider that. Then I'm also considering Nancy Drew, as I said before, I think 2 episodes ago. Nancy Drew, I have 2 games, which would be, hang on, I'm stalling for time. Which would be Curse of Blackmore Manor and Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. Either those, somebody recommended Everland. I was looking at that too. So, because Everland, and when I compared Everland and Nancy Drew, the duration to play the game, Everland is shorter. I could either launch that or one Nancy Drew game. So I'll consider it a bit more. So, but for the moment, maybe Everland, maybe Nancy Drew is in the list. Yes. So thank you so much for joining me along this LP, which started back in 2016. It's amazing if any of you have been with me thus far, but it's also amazing for anyone who joined me along the way, even for the last episode. So thank you very much. And until next time, goodbye.